I've got Justin Gaethje on the phone. He's a former Safford High School wrestler, former University of Northern Colorado wrestler, and now fighting Saturday night in Atlantic City, New Jersey, where he's talking to us from now, as he fights for World Series of Fighting 2 against Cavalcante, a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu artist. And you can catch that at 6:30 Arizona time on NBC.
Yeah, 6:30 Arizona time it starts.
6:30 Arizona time on NBC Sports Network. And tell me about how this fight came about. Last time you fought was December in Arizona when you beat Adrian Valdez in Chandler. Yeah. And tell me how this fight came about.
It's like you said, it's been since December since I fought, so I've had a lot of time to heal up, and I've put a really good camp in this fight, and actually the best camp I've ever put in for a fight. So I'm really excited about that.
Well, and how long is a typical day when you're training for a fight like this?
Well, usually I have about a workout at 10 a.m. for about an hour, and then another workout for about maybe a pad session in the evening at 3, and then maybe sometime a couple days a week I have a wrestling class. So maybe about 2.5 hours a day sometimes.
But it's fairly intense, yeah?
What's that?
I said it's pretty intense, though.
Yeah, it's an hour workout, but it's going the whole time. And then I teach wrestling class at a couple nights a week too, so I get in there and get a little workout at that time too.
Well, that's sounds like you've put in a lot of work for this fight. So, did the guys from World Series of Fighting see you fight, or how'd they find you?
I think my coaches got in contact with them and gave them a couple links to my fights, and they saw me, and I think they're impressed at least with some of my fights and the way I fight, so they signed me to a contract with them.
Well, and that's and for a guy that's been working as hard as you have for as long as you have to do this for a living, that's got to be a nice jump. Yeah,
I mean, it feels good. I mean, that's obviously what I've been working for forever. So that's what I'm here for, and that's what I want to do. I want to fight in front of a lot of people where a lot of people can see what I've been working on my whole life to do.
Well, and maybe put Safford, Arizona on the MMA map, huh?
Yeah, definitely. That's what I want to do. I want to represent my hometown where I'm from. I was, raised there. That's what I want to do.
And you're going to do that Saturday night, 6:30 Arizona time we mentioned, and against Cavalcante, and he's a Jiu-Jitsu artist from Brazil, former Strike Force fighter. You told me earlier he fought.
Yeah, he has a lot of experience. He's been on the big stage for quite some time now. So I mean, it's not foreign to him. A little foreign to me, but it doesn't matter. I've been competing my whole life with wrestling. It's all one-on-one competition type setting. So I'm ready for that.
Well, and he's a little bit older. Like you said, he's been on the stage for a while. But that doesn't mean you necessarily are going to adjust what you do. I mean, you've told me in the past that your plan once you get in there is just attack the guy.
Yeah, I got one goal when the fight starts. They close the cage, bring that down, I'm going to move forward. I don't want to take a step backwards. I don't want to give him anything. I want him to, know right away that, I respect him, but I'm not going to show him any respect. It's a fight, and I'm going in there to, knock him out. Yeah,
it doesn't matter who you're fighting. I mean, your goal is to go in and win it, whatever it takes.
Yeah.
And with your wrestling background, is that something you're going to be able to rely on in this fight, or have you been working hard on your stand-up?
I think, I've been wrestling so long, it's something that I can't really, get away from even if I wanted to. Once that bell rings, there's no time to think. I can't think, don't wrestle. So, my natural thing is I go in there, and I get it, get in the clinch right there, and it just happens. I'm not sure. Yeah. I definitely want to stand up and throw some bombs.
Well, in that, and I've watched all of your fights that have links to them, and you like to overpower the guy, and this is some guy that you might be able to overpower when you get in that ring and it closes. And another thing you like to do is pick some guys up and throw them around.
Yeah, I mean, he's short, he's stocky, he's going to be really strong. I think he's going to be, one of the strongest guys I've ever fought before. But it's not stronger than the guys I train with. I don't believe he's stronger than me. I've been working, like I said, I've been working my whole life to do this. So, I'm ready for whatever he's going to come with.
Well, and that's the right attitude to have. Just go in, fight the guy, and what happens, move forward.
Yeah, I mean, it's only 15 minutes of my life, No matter what happens, the longest it can go is 15 minutes, win or lose.
Right.
I'm going to go in there and fight.
Right, and And what is your record now as a pro fighter?
I'm 7-0 right now.
As a pro fighter, and how
Yeah,
many
as
of
pro, and I was 7-0 as amateur.
and how many knockouts do you have on your belt?
Out of the 7 pro fights, I have 5 knockouts.
Well, and that's something that's got to be in the back of his mind, actually probably the forefront of his mind, knowing that you got the power to knock guys out quick. And I know that he's probably seen how fast you work when he watched the video of Drew Fickett.
Yeah, he's got to respect the fact that it's not. I mean, I have the power to knock him out. He's, like I said earlier, I'm not. Once that fight starts, I'm not going to respect. I'm not going to be scared to do anything. And I got to expect the same thing from him. He's going to come forward and he's going to try to knock my head off too. So, it's whoever implements the game plan better, and whoever's better on that night.
Well, and if you don't have NBC Sports Network on your local TV provider, you can head down to JD's Grill House here in Safford on the corner of Highway 70 and 20th. They're going to have it on probably all their TVs in there.
Yeah, I think they're even adding a big screen TV for the fight, so that'll be a good thing.
Yeah, so go down and
get down there and get your drink on.
Get your drink on, eat some food, and watch Justin Gaethje beat the crap out of JZ Cavalcante. How about that?
Absolutely.
Well, Justin, I appreciate it, man. We really do wish you the best of luck here, and hopefully we'll talk to you soon.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right.